4 lost teeth, a special canine guest, and a powerful scene that got cut? That's just a taste of what brought the Adam Project to the big screen. We've got audition stories, deleted scenes, and improvised brilliance up ahead. Number 1. It takes one to know one. Ryan Reynolds and Walker Scobell are an improvising match made in heaven. Reynolds, aka Master on-set improviser, was actually really impressed by how well his pint-sized co-star kept up with him, really making the part his own and whipping out zingers. Reynolds even said the team could throw that kid anything and he'd deliver it perfectly. Walker was already so much like Reynolds naturally that when they started working together, everything fell into place pretty easily.
He's like my buddy by the end of it.
The fact that Walker was obsessed with Deadpool and could recite monologues whenever Reynolds asked him to.
He jumps through the whole window and stuff, and then he goes, oh, this isn't Gilbert's. I am so sorry. I thought this was a bleaching party.
Well, it definitely didn't hurt. Number 2. We hope there was a tooth fairy on set.
I lost my tooth in one of the scenes when we were filming it.
Walker Scobell was filming one of his scenes with Reynolds and asked,
Does everyone skip leg day in the future?
Then, the actor experienced an unexpected sensation.
And when I did that, my tongue flicked the tooth off into the top of my mouth.
He didn't lose just one, though.
I didn't spit it out on camera, but I spit it out right after we got off.
By the end of filming, Scobell had 4 less teeth. In fact, his very first day, he said bye-bye to a tooth that fell out while he was eating on set. Number 3. It really was built from the ground up. Adam's house in the movie is nothing short of homey, and it was actually built in an old hockey arena turned soundstage in Vancouver. After the 2 months it took to build, the decorating team began sourcing tons of pieces from Craigslist, Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, and local artists. The team went the extra mile creating an environment around the house, including about 25 20-foot-tall tree trunks that could be seen through the windows of the house. Number 4. We all love a furry pal on set.
Because you can't fight to save your life. Zip it!
Jennifer Garner not only got to hang out with her dog on set, but she got to watch her dazzle on screen as she played the role of Adam's dog in The Adam Project. Garner's performance is great, but Birdie the Golden Retriever manages to steal the scene whenever she's on camera. Number 5. In the midst of chaos, it's hard to determine direction.
The car was a weird day.
Racing through the forest trying to escape a ship with unbelievable shooting powers is bound to be chaotic, but since they were actually just sat in a car-like rig and filming while safely stationary in the studio, the chaos came about for a different reason. Since the actors weren't really being jolted around in a car, filming required someone to yell, "Turn," so the actors could all do it at the same time. But the trickier aspect to coordinate was the direction.
It was so hard to time. Every time they'd say and turn, we'd all turn in a different direction.
This was Walker's favorite scene in the whole movie to film. Number 6. It's time for a tearjerker. The Adam Project gets us right in the feels pretty early on in the movie when we get to see older Adam having a chat with a younger version of his mom.
You think you're being strong for him, and the problem with acting like you have it all together is he believes it.
This scene was actually one of the major selling points for Garner when director Sean Levy was proposing the project to her. It was a simple and quiet process on set, Garner not even looking at the scene before they filmed so she could just let the conversation flow out.
It was so powerful that it was just like, we can't even look at it, we just have to go in and do it.
Levy knew they'd struck gold here.
Some days, like that day at the bar, you go and you know when to shut up, get out of the way, roll the cameras, let the actors and the writing do their thing.
No surprise that from the very first test screener, this scene has been a favorite for audiences every time.
He loves you. More than he knows.
Number 7. How much gold ends up on the cutting room floor? While the scene didn't make the final cut, it was an absolute favorite of the team, so they do hope to release it at some point down the line. The scene took place between Reynolds and Mark Ruffalo, where Ruffalo's character said something along the lines of, "Look, somewhere between the villain that you think I am and the hero that young you thinks I am, there's the real guy. I'm neither, I'm just doing the best a guy can." It's a tearjerker for sure, so why did they cut it? While on its own it was very special, ultimately it didn't quite fit the flow of the storytelling. Luckily, it's one that's likely going to make it to our screens anyway. Number 8. Making movies ain't what it used to be. Zoe Saldana was eager to join the Adam Project when she first heard about it, but she did hesitate before deciding for sure.
I took some time to give them an answer.
When filming began, it was only month 7 of the pandemic, so Saldana had some reservations, but the team went above and beyond to make sure it would be a safe experience for everyone involved. That included a full 2-week quarantine in order to film for just 6 days. The team was quarantined in a giant, gorgeous house on a lake in Vancouver, so not a bad situation in the end. What made it all even weirder was the fact that the actress only got to hang out with Reynolds and Walker, not even meeting most of the other people in the movie on set. Number 9. This kid was jumping through hoops. Walker Scobell is new to the biz, so when he first submitted his tape for the part, he didn't really expect to hear anything back. But then he got the chance to read with a casting director. That went so well that he was invited back to read with Sean Levy, and then the cherry on top. He got the call to read with Ryan Reynolds.
You flew planes, you had adventures, and you fell in love.
Keeping his chill was tough, as Walker was a major fan and literally watched Deadpool 4 times the night before.
Donde está la biblioteca? Which literally translates to, I don't bargain. Mother.
The actor impressed the casting team at one point in the process with an epic rendition of a Reynolds original.
That was the first time I did it to someone, yeah.
Number 10. In Hollywood? No way. But maybe in Vancouver it's possible. Somehow this major film with all its sets and tech was filmed in just 4 months, with the team having days to spare in the schedule and extra cash left in the bank. More money for the cast party, anyone? This was a high point of the movie-making process for Reynolds, who said, "The death of creativity comes when there's too much money and too much time." With a cast and team like this, it's no surprise The Adam Project is such a special movie full of heart and fast-paced action. Which scene got you in the feels?